Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Cheryl and I have been full-timing now for a full week.
We're in our campsite.
And we've run into a situation already. I mean, you know RVs, they constantly need to have something repaired or replaced. Maggie came from the factory with a Sani Con Turbo...
Macerator.
Yeah, see, I don't like to use that term because it's a poop grinder. That's exactly what it is. She also came with that starter kit that they come with. I don't know, it's like a roll of toilet paper, a drinking hose, and then that 10-foot storage hose that's just really just a piece of crap, pun intended. So Cheryl and I had gone out and purchased this immediately. But check it out, never been used. Why? Because that's how good the poop grinder actually is. Less mess, less stress, less time. Unfortunately, we've run into a little bit of a problem. As you can see, it has a leak. We did research online and we found out that that hole, the little puncture hole, is not uncommon. Sometimes it's a rip. And it happens a lot in the Jayco product. Some people have had to replace that 2 and 3 times already, and they haven't even had it that long. Maggie's 3 years old. We finally developed a leak, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. We called the company. There is a hose that has a liner over it, which would, you know, stop it from squirting, I guess, and protect it a little bit longer. It's like $300. The hose that we have is $77 on Amazon, and we will put a link in the description box down below. So we decided instead of spending $300, we would buy 2 at $77 so that we would have a backup. So let's open up a box, show you what's inside, and then show you how to put it on. Let's unbox it and see what's in it.
It should be just a hose.
It's light enough to be just a hose. All right. And oh my God, it's a hose. Now it does come, you can also order these. Some people have them as an extension. So this is what you would use if you wanted to add 2 of them together to make it even longer. We've never had a problem.
I don't think we need it any longer.
No, not at all. And it just comes with instructions. It tells you what's there. And it's pretty simple. There's 2 ends. We're just gonna take the clamps off the old one, replace the hose with this one, put the clamps back on, and we'll be done. This here, this is where all the magic happens in the poop grinder. That's where it gets all chopped up. And then it throws it into this hose right here and goes out, provided this hose doesn't leak. Now there is a bypass, that's what this tube is right here, and this comes down to another valve, which you can't see, but this would be the normal way that everyone has forever drained their tanks. But all we're gonna do is we're just gonna take this clamp off. It's the flathead screwdriver. Make sure it's loose enough so it's not gonna get caught anywhere as you're pulling this off. All right, that's cleared. Now all you're gonna do is just take this piece, and you're gonna hope to God that there's no water left in here.
Don't lay underneath it.
Yeah, don't lay underneath it. All right.
I'm sure there's gotta be some water in there.
Whoa. Oh, okay, that's not bad. That's not as bad as it could be. Now to remove it from this end, figures, we're gonna have to take it off. Screws upside down. Again, you're just going to use a flathead, loosen the clamp, slide it off, twist it out. Now that's off. All right, let's get the new hose.
There's the hoses side by side. Now I thought the old one, would be stretched out a bit, but apparently it keeps its length.
Yeah, the only bad area that I really see, besides where it's leaking, is right here. They don't go back together.
Looks like there's been a pull on that.
Yep. Now, when you're using this hose is going to expand. It's going to pull out this way, and it's going to expand bigger too. So it's kind of neat.
So I guess you can't do a visual look at them to see if they're going bad, because it looks in good shape.
Yes, it does.
We spoke to Thetford about the hose with the cover on it, and we were led to believe that it was mainly created for Jayco because they use this little door to store the hose in.
Now to give you an idea, the hose unit, storage unit, it goes all the way back to here. So it goes all the way back here, goes all the way up to here, and it goes all the way back to here, and then the bottom, well, all the way down to here. It's a huge box. But Jayco put this little itty bitty cheap door on it. I mean, this is full body paint. I am so careful using this thing because it wouldn't take much to break this thing off. I mean, it's cheap plastic. They put in a nice poop grinder and put a crappy door on it. Yes, pun intended.
But around the door is sharp edges. There was plastic and wood edges. So what I did was, we bought some Gorilla Tape and covered up all the edges and corners.
It's nice and smooth now, because you had a very sharp edge here on the wood. You could actually see where it was wearing out a little bit. And then a piece of plastic has a lip right here. Then it comes down. It's not really well thought out the way that they did it, but it's nice and smooth coming in and out now. If you own a Precept, I would strongly suggest you do this to save your hose.
Or do something.
Yeah, or do some kind of thing to make it a smoother transition coming out.
And that's the hole in the back of the box. It's where the hose exits.
Yeah, so I'm going to take the hose, put it through the hole, and just so you know, it is model 97521. We will have links in the description box down below. But you're just going to take it, put it right over it, all the way on, and then you're just going to clamp it back on. I'm telling you, the job is not hard at all. It's actually harder cleaning up the mess when one of these hoses go than it is to change the hose. Just tighten it until you can't tighten it anymore, and you'll be fine. You don't have to go crazy on this. There's no specific torque or anything, but as long as it doesn't turn, and you're good there. So we have it attached there. Now we just have to attach the other end. Same thing. Put the clamp on first. Put it till it can't go any further, and then you're just going to tighten down the clamp. Again, not a hard job, but it can be a messy job. Now, as far as the handle goes, we take it off because it will screw into the storage hole at the campsite. But this piece here, if for some reason it's not long enough, they say, I've never actually done it, but you hook a garden hose to here, and then you bring that over as far as you need to go. So we've not had to use that piece yet.
I don't want to.
And to give you an idea of how this is put away, this is what we do. We put this piece in first, put it off to the side, and it kind of coax it in, and then just sort of wrap the hose back in. But see how it's getting caught everywhere? Imagine
Yanking that out.
yanking it out, putting it back in. Well, heck, you know what? Because we're going to test it out anyway. Let's just yank it back out. You see how it's dragging along? This is what, and now it's dragging down here, and out. Over time, those rough edges, they're going to cut it. I mean, we were lucky it was just a pinhole, well, a little bigger than a pinhole. But can you imagine getting a slit and not realizing it? And
Yuck.
you're dumping your black tank.
Yuck.
The hose is on, so now we're going to test it. We'll show you how this thing actually works. And you take the handle, take this cover off. You'll see that there are threads here. Sometimes, not all the time, in a campground, they'll also have threads on where the saw is going. So just play with it until you get it to lock in on the threads so that it's held. Now, we're only going to do the gray right now because, we had just emptied and that's when the leak happened. So, we are going to pull the gray, and you'll watch, this will move a little bit as it fills. But not too much. Watch what happens when I turn on the grinder.
Oh.
See how the hose is getting a little bigger and it's stretching itself out? The gray tank used to take forever to drain. And always do the black tank first. You do that because you want the gray water going through and washing out what was in the black tank. Then just close your valve when it's done. Now, as far as water in the line goes, see how this is up higher than down here? You will have water in here. It's just gravity. So, I just take it, lift it up higher, and you probably can't hear it, but there is water draining out of it.
Just a little bit.
Now, you know, if you do it the customary way, they have that bridge thing that you can have all the way down. We've never used one of those. I mean, rubber gloves, move your hose. It gets it out. But feel free to buy one. Other than that, when it's done, unscrew it back out. Put the cover on it and cover back up the sewer hole. This will keep all of the smells from the septic system out of your campground area. And that's pretty much it. We showed you how to replace the hose that was leaking. We showed you how to fix the area if you have a small opening. That's for all you Jayco precept owners. And we showed you how the unit worked. So, first week of full-time and still loving it. But if you like this video, would appreciate that thumbs up as always. If you want to become part of the growing Get Gone With Us gang, right down there in the corner. All you gotta do is click it and you're in. Feel free to comment and share on this video down below.
And don't forget to say hi.
Yes. Good one, Cheryl, because I forgot about that. Can't think of anything to say, just say hi. We'll say hi back to you because we always do. But until we make another video, I'm Chuck.
And I'm Cheryl.
We're Get Gone With Us.
Bye.